Okay, so really this first part is just vocabulary. Standard form of a quadratic is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Quadratic equation is a polynomial equation. Okay, so it's a degree of 2 because of that. A solution can be called a root or a 0. And remember, those are all just x-intercepts. The U shape is the parabola. Okay. The lowest or highest points, aka the minimum or the maximum, is the vertex. And then remember, we can fold the paper in half and it's completely symmetrical. Therefore, that is the axis of symmetry. The x-coordinate of the vertex, use the formula. So this is the axis of symmetry formula. X equals negative b over 2a. And then if a is positive, so you got to think of max and min. So max and mini. So mini is always smiling, max is always frowning. And then mini is so positive, max is negative. So therefore, a parabola opens up, look at mini, if the a value is positive, and it opens downwards if it's negative. Okay? All right, so the first thing we do is we take the number 88. That's even, so it's divisible by 2. Even. Now we're done. It's a square root, so I need 2 friends in order to go outside. Not another friend, not another friend. So 2 comes out. Okay, so 2 comes out. I'm stuck with 2 inside, 11 inside. Now x doesn't have a friend, and y also doesn't have a friend, so they have to stay inside. Therefore, I just go ahead and finish off by saying 2 times 11 is 22. X times y is xy. Done. All right, I take 450. It's even. It's not even anymore, but it is divisible by 3. So 3/4. And then 5. Okay, also, let's go ahead and do the variables while we're at it too. X squared is equal to x times x. Y to the third is equal to y times y. And z to the fourth is equal to z. Oops. Okay. All right, so draw your square root. 2 doesn't have a friend. 3 does, and 5 does. So 3 gets to come out. 5 gets to come out. 2's got to stay inside. X has a friend. Oops. Let's go over a little bit. Okay, so X has a friend. Y has a friend, but he's left inside. Z has a friend. Z has 2 friends, so Z squared. And then now I just finished off by saying 3 times 5 is 15. X, Y, Z squared. And then inside I'm left with 2y. Okay? 11. So I take 210. It's even. It's not even anymore, but it is divisible by 3. And then this is 5 and 7. All right, then x to the fourth is 4 x's. And then y is just y. All right, so 2 doesn't have a friend. 3 doesn't. 5 doesn't. 7 doesn't. So all of them have to stay inside. Okay, they have a friend. They have a friend. So 2 x's get to come out. And then y does not have a friend. So then therefore, this simplifies to x squared, the square root of 210y. All right, so both of them factored it out correctly. What Dr. Bergeron did wrong is, remember, the pair goes outside, not all of the numbers. So Mrs. Jennings is correct because she said, okay, 5 goes out, x goes out, 1, 2, 3 y's goes out, 1 stays in, or 3 stays in and y stays in. So Miss Jennings is correct. All right, so this one says solve by using any method. So you have to do it by graphing, factoring, or quadratic formula. no matter which method you use, you always have to equal it to 0. So you have to subtract 64 over. X squared minus 64 equals 0. Now this should be the easiest way for me at least, is just to go ahead. This is difference of perfect squares. So this is x plus 8, x minus 8 equals 0. You build your Great Wall of China. X plus 8 equals 0. X minus 8 equals 0. Subtract 8. Add 8. So therefore my solution, or my solutions, are negative 8, 8. And then go ahead and grab your calculator. So if you grab your calculator, you can also put this into your y equals. So x squared minus 64. I look at the graph. And remember, if your graph is weird, like mine is right now, you just zoom 6. So remember, our solutions are where they hit the x-axis. So right now, it looks like negative 8 and a positive 8. Remember, you can check by looking at the table. And if I go to negative 8, sure enough, y is 0. So that is a winner. If I scroll down to positive 8, y is 0. Therefore, that's also a winner. Okay, so that's how you would check by graphing. Next one. All right, so once again, we have to have it equal to 0. So I need to subtract 200 on both sides, leaving me with 5x squared plus 75x minus 200 equals 0. So it's up to you. Just if you want to factor it, you can. More power to you. It doesn't really matter. This time I'm going to use the quadratic formula. Well, honestly, these are big numbers, so let's just do it by graphing. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in my calculator. So I would say, okay, clear it out. 5x squared plus 75x minus 200. Graph. Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit. Zoom out, enter. Okay, so those are our two. So remember, if we want to find the zeros or the solutions, we go second, trace, 0. I'm going to try to find this left one first. So I go ahead and scroll over until I see my little guy. And did he go by? Okay, well, maybe not. Okay, enter. And then we need to wait until we see him go by. Nope, I just saw him go by. Enter, enter. Okay, so the first 0 is at negative 17.31. So negative 17.31. You're going to round it to the nearest hundredth. And then now we need to do this other one right here. So I start over again, second trace, 0. Okay, I need to go to the right, because I need to go below that green point and then above it. Oops. Am I to the left of it yet? Okay, there we go. Enter, and then go to the right. Enter, enter. And I get 2.31. Okay? All right, 15. Go ahead and equal it to 0 by subtracting 9. So x squared minus 10x plus 16 equals 0. To me, the easiest way, let's do the quadratic formula this time. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right, so x, okay, let's do my ABCs. A is 1, B is negative 10, C is 16. So negative 10 plus or minus the square root of negative 10 squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right, so this becomes a positive. So I have x equals 10 plus or minus. You're going to put all of that into your calculator. So go ahead and grab your calculator. Where is it? Oh, it's over here. All right, so second quit. So I put the square root of negative 10, and then I do it exactly as I see it, of negative 10 squared minus 4a, and then what was my c? 16. AC, enter, and I get 6. So plus or minus 6 all over 2 times 1 is 2. Now I have to break it up. So this is x equals 10 plus 6 over 2, x equals 10 minus 6 all over 2. So that's 16 divided by 2, which is 8. That's 4 divided by 2, which is 2. Therefore, my solution is 2, 8. Okay, next one. I have to have it equal to 0, so I add 10. M squared minus 6m plus 5 equals 0. If you factor this out, you would get m, not x. I almost wrote an x. M minus 5, m minus 1. I would build my Great Wall of China, set them equal to 0, add 5, add 1. My solution is 1, 5. Okay? All right, next one. Oops. All right, we need to solve by using the graphing method. So we need to go ahead and add 6 on both sides. So you have x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. So if you go ahead and grab your calculator, you go to y equals and you plug it in. So x squared, was it plus 5x? Oh, minus 5x, okay. Minus 5x plus 6. And then once again, if your calculator looks weird, you should just go ahead and zoom 6 back into your standard equation. All right, so it looks like it dips at 2 and 3. To check myself, I look at my table. So if I look at my table, this is what is interesting. At 2 and 3, my y's are 0, so those are my solutions. So my solution would be 2, 3. Okay, using the factoring method, I would do my ABCs because it's already equal to 0. I find my AC, which is 1 times 8, which is 8. My factors are 1 and 8, 2 and 4. I have to find the two factors that add up to 6, which is 2 plus 4. So x squared plus 2x plus 4x plus 8 equals 0. Over here, I can take out an x, leaving me with x plus 2. Over here, I can take out a positive 4, leaving me with x plus 2. I rewrite them as x plus 2, x plus 4, all equals 0. And now I do my Great Wall of China. So x plus 2 equals 0, x plus 4 equals 0, subtract 2, subtract 4. Therefore, my solution is negative 4, negative 2. Okay, so by using the quadratic formula, I still need to add 6x over, giving me 5x squared plus 6x minus 27 equals 0. So A, B, C, my A is 5, my B is 6, my C is negative 27. The quadratic formula is x equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And now I just plug in those numbers. So x equals negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 6 squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, so that's negative 6 plus or minus, and now we're going to put all of this directly into our calculator. So negative, okay, 6, 5, 4, negative 4. So second quit. Square root of 6 squared, oh geez, square root of 6 squared minus 4a negative 27.